Okay, welcome to part 4. This will be the fourth part and last part, at least for the time being, of our What is Calculus lesson series. So, what you see on the screen right now is there's a vertex formula. So here we have our revenue equation, and there's a vertex formula which you may have seen in an intermediate algebra class, negative b over 2a. Of course, where did this formula even come from? We put our revenue equation into that formula, we get the same $20 that we spent all that time getting in the last lecture. So, can't we use the vertex formula just anywhere? Well, the vertex formula only works when you have this form. When you have So, I'm actually going to make this x and x plus h because we already have an a in our formula. So, we want to find the slope at this point and set that slope equal to 0. And we do that just as we did before by finding the slope between x and x plus h and then moving h so that it's closer and closer to our original point. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have x1, and we're just going to let that be x. I can't really use a because a is already in the formula, so I tell you that. X plus h, y1. Well, y1 is just plug in x itself, right? So the ax squared plus bx plus c, and then the y2, well, okay, again, this is going to be the tougher one. We got to plug x plus h in for x. So it's going to be a x plus h squared plus b x plus h plus c. And let's kind of multiply this out a little bit. So we have so x times x, that's going to be ax squared, plus xh, another xh, and h squared, which we got to distribute the a2. All right. And, we can simplify this a little bit further. The AXH Okay, so now let's find the slope. Okay, so let's take this y2 that we just found. So make this ax squared plus 2axh plus ah squared plus bx plus bh plus c. And now we have to subtract. We have to subtract y1. That's up here. There we go. So minus ax squared minus bx and minus c, and in the denominator, well, we're going to have x plus h minus x, so that's just going to translate to h. But again, let's take a look at this. We have some things that will combine here, right? We have an ax squared and a negative ax squared. We have a bx and a negative bx. We have a c and we have a negative c. So the c's cancel out. That's why you don't see any c in the vertex formula. It has nothing to do with a c, just moves the parabola up and down. It doesn't do anything to change the shape. Okay, so but that doesn't do anything to change the x value of the vertex. It just moves the entire parabola up and down. All right, so we have 2axh plus ah squared plus bh. Pull out an h. And then, now we can cancel out the h. So remember, for this to be a maximum or minimum point, h has to equal 0. So we have 2ax, a times h, so a times 0 is 0. And now we take the slope and set that equal to 0. And solve for x. So we have 2ax equals negative b. And then divide both sides by 2a. And we have x equals negative b over 2a. This is where that vertex formula that we see in intermediate algebra comes from. Okay, so that's it, for now at least. I hope you enjoyed watching the series, and I'll see you later.